Hi, Nick Collier here, and this is my shop. Come join me. We'll have some fun.
Alright, so I'm not sure where we left off, but at some point or another the camera turned itself off because it ran out of digital room. So what we need to do now is we need to take this taper back just a little bit in order to get this thing to fit, because the taper right now is still too tight. So let's go ahead and see what we can do about doing that. Bit more, but that's pretty good for now. Now that surface started out real good, and then it started getting crappy. So I think what we've got is the back side of this bit is not relieved enough. So we're going to have to take this thing off. Damn it. Reset that back side. Yeah, I can see there's places where it's rubbing. Alright. Okay, we're bottomed out. There's room. We still haven't gotten down that extra 50 thou. Down to the wire here. We got about 15 thousandths to take off of this wall, and I don't know how much to take off of that wall, but we're just going to keep moving our way in there until the damn thing fits. So the first thing we're going to do is take 15 thousandths off of this outside wall. Okay, we're bumped up against the wall now. Run it down. need a little bit more. We're sitting at 300 there. Alright, we got enough room. We're sitting at 35, which is a little bit too much, but not too bad. Okay, so now we're almost down. I'm thinking we're sitting on top of each one of these little buttons. There's one here, I know that for sure. So I'm going to go into the jewelry part of the studio and grind out that little center button just to see if we can get that to sit down a little better. And I'll be back. Okay, we just buffed out that center, the little center button there, and we're going to give it a try. Let's put it down here and see what we got. And I'm seeing that we've got a perfect match here. There's just a little bit of slop, which is what we want, and it bottoms out beautifully. So now what we want to do, because we're going to be bending metal over every one of these corners, is we want to come in and round off each one of these corners so that the metal can roll over it rather than get cut by it. So, and I think we can do that with this bit here. All right, so we're just going to come in, we're just going to sculpt these little edges in here to get them to roll over a little bit. That looks pretty good. All right, well, the proof is in the pudding, right? So we're going to have to take this piece. We can come back later and polish it if we need to, but for right now, I think we should take this piece and put a piece of metal in between us and see what it comes out like. I'm thinking maybe what I want to just square up this backside a little bit. Of course, getting it square is going to be a whole nother ball game. Maybe I can just take it right in to the face, square up the inside, and then bring it back out and indicate it and finish it off. So let's take a bit out. Put another bit in. Where's this one want to go? It wants to go, yeah, I think we can do it from there. Spin that around. Ah, okay, fine. All right, how far can we go before we hit? We can get out of ways. Okay, that's not too bad. Enough to give us an indication. Alright, this is one of those rare occasions where you actually get to see my indicator and see how far off we are. And I'm thinking that's high. So, we bang this over just a little bit. Tighten her up a bit more. That's high again. Yep. So that's right here. High again. I think we need to move this in just a little bit. It's not quite catching the full amount of, yeah, clean. Okay, there it is. Now we're high over here. And that's where it's high. Just by a few. Okay, we got about 5 or 10. Let's tighten it up a little bit more. Now we're sitting at about 5. We're still sitting high over here. 3 or 4. Oh, what the hell, let's just get it square. I think we went too far that time. Nope, look at that. Pretty much on the money. Maybe a half a thou off, maybe a thou. That's good by me. Let's snug it down a little bit more and give it a spin. All right, we're a thou off. I can live with that. Okay, so now we can come in and just clean up the whole thing. And yeah, let's go that way. Okay, we got one beer can that we're going to use to do our experimenting, and this will be a pretty simple approach. since it's pretty lightweight stuff, how far can we get here? There we go. I'm wondering, well, we won't mess with it for now. We're just going to take both sides off. Almost there. There we go. Now we'll cut it in half. All right, that's not going to work. There we go. All right, we got ourselves a piece of material to work from. Let's take our die and lay it on here and draw it out. And we can just take a pair of scissors and scissor that out. Let me go get some. So the main thing I'm concerned with, well, let's scissor this out first. Working with a pair of jeweler's shears. This is the thinnest stuff in the world. It amazes me that a can of pop stays inside of this thing, or in this case a beer, but it does. They got this figured out to the gnat's ass. All right. So there's our piece, and one of my main concerns is that we're going to have to go around this and make all kinds of movements, and that these corners will tear. So I'm going to take a little bit of wax and just put it around all the corners so we have just a slight amount of lubrication. And that's going to help it. All right, so I think we're ready to go here. I'd like to stretch this out a little bit, although I think once we get the top on, maybe what we'll do is make this a little bit smaller, just so it's inside of the circle, so I can keep an eye on the indexing of this as it goes down. All right, that looks good. Put this on top of it. And we're ready to go to the press. All right, let's see what we got. We're going to make a little noise when this press turns on. course, it's now stuck together. Maybe the knife will do it. Yep, that did it. Okay, now what I see already is there wasn't enough room to get this to roll over to there. So let's pull this out, and we're going to make one bigger. But it looks like it did okay. I mean, not great, but you know, we can play with that. All we had to do is make one of these, just one, and that'll be good enough. So I think what we're going to do is use the whole piece here. Try it again. All right, let's make some more noise. Sounded to me like it sheared it. Yep, it did. Cut it right in half. Well, that didn't exactly work. Now, did it? So, what's that leave us? Oh, that is a mess. All right, well, we're going to try this. We're just going to press the positive down into a piece of wood and see how that, see if it preforms it enough to give it just a little bit of a rollover. All right, ready? All right, stuck in the piece of wood. But that's okay. We can get that out. Yeah, it rolled it over nicely, but guess what it did? Stripped it out. So that basically is a throwaway. All right, well, such is life. All right, we'll continue to play with this until we get something that actually works. But first we have to call the customer see if he wants to go forward, because he already has, you know, 10 hours into this. All right, Well, we've scribed a circle. First we went to Sacramento and got some sheet aluminum that's the right thickness. This is a little heavier material, and we scribed a circle in it, cut out a square, then scribed a circle. Okay, hang on, let me finish cutting the square out. We've got a jeweler's shear, which is much more accurate. Let me get my cheater glasses. And we're going to come right in and cut this circle out a bit. Okay, so we got ourselves a disc. It looks like the disc is going to fit there. The question is will it roll over? I think it's going to roll over just fine. Maybe it's a bit big. I'm thinking it is. So let's take an 1/8 of an inch off of the circumference. All right, so in order to get this aluminum to just mold to my form, I'm gonna preheat the form a little bit so it warms up the aluminum. I mean, remember, I only have to make one of these, so I can, you know, kind of fiddle around with it a little bit. To make it work. That's getting there. It's probably about 300 degrees right now. I can just barely touch it. All right, that's good enough. Put our piece of aluminum on there. Get it as centered as possible. Drop our piece of metal on there. And while I'm trying to get this thing all organized, the aluminum is warming up because of the metal under it. Now I'll slide this over. And let's get this down a little bit, or up a little bit more so you can see it. Turn on the press, and let's see how it's going to go. Alright, well, it's stuck together, which isn't bad, it's just not as easy. Yep, that isn't going to come apart with that. We're going to have to get a stronger screwdriver. There we go. That popped it right out. Okay, and we've got our piece in here. It's come out fairly smooth. It's starting to look pretty good. Looks like we've got a success here. And we do. Look at that. Nice. You know, it's rough around the edges here. I can just throw it on the grinder and grind down these edges a little bit, get them to trim in. The most important part is this part right here. We're going to take that and put it on top of that can that we talked about earlier. And unfortunately, I can't tell you anymore because these guys have me on a, you know, keep my mouth shut sort of deal. And this has been a fun little project, and you know, I only went through 3 lathe bits. Hey, not bad. Hey, stick with me. We'll have some fun. Subscribe and tell your friends about me. Nick Collier, checking out.